You say all kind of stuff on there. Get up in here. Get up in here. How y'all doing? Let me tell y'all where I've been. Yeah. See us again alongside Lenny Lafida. Na na na. We are taking a trip to paradise 24/7, everything nice. Claim it, baby. Whatever is your choice. This trip you deserve it. For the dedicated service. More than earn it, baby. I have to confirm it. We are going to Jamaica, a beautiful island. The best destination, no one land better than my land. So, na 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 na. Hey, working every day from 9 to 5. No stop to give you a surprise. Take you on a vacation, no vacation. Working every day from 9 to 5. Don't gotta be a surprise. Take you on a vacation. Love the vacation. All inclusive. Passport ride, food and juices. Ski ride, boat ride and cruises. Full shine the beauties. It's the nice, it's already. Just thinking about it. Can't wait to read to have some fun on the beach. Sipping at the finest, looking at the finest eyes. You look at the line of the time. Anything you want, darling, we can wine and dine. Make love until sunrise. So, na 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 na. Hey, working every day from 9 to 5. Always have to give you a surprise. Take you on a vacation. Vacation. Working every day from 9 to 5. Don't gotta give you a surprise. Take you on a vacation. Lovely vacation. It's sweet to my face. Sugar cane to my face. Hypnotic to my waist. Symbolic is our embrace. It's sweet to my face. Sugar cane to my face. Hypnotic to my waist. Symbolic is our embrace. Hey, working every day from 9 to 5. Always have to give you a surprise. Take you on a vacation. Lovely vacation. Working every day from 9 to 5. Vacation. Lovely vacation. Working every day from 9 to 5. Always have to give you a surprise. Take you on a vacation. Lovely vacation. Working every day from 9 to 5. Lord, gotta give you a surprise. Take you on a vacation. Lovely vacation. Hey, get up in here. Get up in here. Y'all know I've been on vacation, obviously, right? I told y'all. Shout out to Ken Sirius. That is Lovely Vacation by Ken Sirius. Y'all should go ahead and download it on iTunes, Apple Tunes, whatever tunes you tuned into. And like it and subscribe to it on YouTube and all of that good stuff. Because, woo, bro, coming with the vibes, right? He always released the perfect song for what's going on in my life. Get up in here. Get up in here. Yeah. This is a mind dump. Not very often y'all get to see me on a Friday night, but here I am tonight, Friday night, but I've been missing for a couple weeks. And for those of you who have cared and wondered where I have been, I think I announced that I was going out on vacation. But anyway, in case I didn't and y'all was missing me, I was on vacation with my family, something I haven't done in a while. We went cruising. Yeah. Woohoo! My favorite thing, if you don't know, I'm a cruise addict. I highly encourage all people to cruise, right? So, mind dump, we're going to start there. The power of travel. Yeah. I'm the PolitSaint, for those of you who do not know, to just scroll down and ended up here. I'm the PolitSaint. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a published author and a life mastery coach. So, with all of that being said, that's enough about me. Let's talk about the power of vacation, right? Vacation. I was talking to a guy the other day. He said, "Man, you didn't encourage me to stop doing staycations." Staycation. Who want to be at home when you know I need to go somewhere? Even when I work a regular job. Hello, how you doing, North American Adventures? You down with what I'm talking about? Let's go someplace. Adventures. We should be having what? Adventures. We should be seeing the world, not just seeing our same old community, our same old neighbors, our same old, you know what I mean? And a lot of people ain't traveling. Why? Because their friends and family ain't going. Well, I've been waiting on my sister to go. I've been waiting on my auntie to go. Well, you ain't gonna never go nowhere waiting on people to go. Now, the way you have fun and travel is by doing things. Yeah, yes, that's right. That's how you change your life too. Change your life. Now, a lot of people work 9 to 5s, and in working 9 to 5, when I work 9 to 5s, I literally took FMLA every year, okay, for 3 months. Okay, I'm not going to work. I'm not. I got problems. Okay, I need the FMLA 3 months of every year. Why? Because I'm about to use up every nickel, pinky penny of PTO I got, sick time I got, personal time for me, so that I can go and do what I like to do, which is to travel. Okay, I have a Sagittarius rising, Aries Mars. I got to go. Okay, I need to see new things, eat new things, taste new things, meet new people. I just have to do that. And if I don't do that, my soul not very happy, right? That's what brings me joy. How you doing, Carly? Get up in here. Okay, get up in here. And I didn't shout out Honey Love. Get up in here. I saw you too. I'm sorry. Full shout out to you to get up in here. Everybody get up in here and let's have a good time, because today I'm going to encourage you to do some things you probably have not been doing. Okay, I want to inspire you. Inspire you. Yeah, that's the ocean. That's where I've been, out on the ocean. Okay, I done met some cool people out on the ocean. Matter of fact, before I get going too far, shout out to the Ahmed family out of Philadelphia. Shout out to my little homie Mike out of Philly. Shout out to man, we taught that young boy a lot in a couple of days. I told him, I said, boy, when you get back to your mama, you're going to be great. But shout out to Denise out of Kakalaki. Yeah, go ahead and stand up. Shout out to Corey Bush up out of North Carolina. Go ahead and stand up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to the Ryan family up in Tennessee. And shout out to Alex and Tatiana out in San Bernardino, California. Man, listen, I done met some amazing people on this last trip. I really, really did. And I'm really happy that I went, because, woo, man, felt good. It felt good. It felt good. But anyway, go out and travel, y'all. Use your time that you earn at work. You know, you earned it. You know, it's yours. You go in every day, clock in, you be on time. You're such a good employee and everything. Use that time to tend to yourself. Myself personally, I've always worked in service, right? Giving service to others. And so in giving service to others, at a certain point, you'll hit burnout, okay, if you don't take time for yourself. So that's why I never felt too selfish taking my little 3 months of FMLA, because that was the time for me to pour back into myself. And that's what kept me so amazing at what I did, right? Because there was a healthy balance between my home and personal life and my life of service. And so even as entrepreneurs, right, you got to remember to be pouring into yourself, giving yourself what you need. Now, travel may not be soothing for everybody. You know, if you got a Cancer dominant chart, you might not, you know, for you, be staycations might work, you know, so that don't listen to me, and I'm not judging. I talk a lot, but I don't judge. But for those of you who have the urge to travel, Sagittarius placements anywhere, sun, moon, rising, you should be traveling. Okay, if you have Taurus, okay, why you want to be traveling as a tourist? Because you need new food. You got to try new food in new places. Yeah. Okay. But travel is important, and it helps. Any fire sign need to be moving. They need movement. They got to be going. Water signs too. Y'all need to be on the ocean. But the people be like, I can't drink all that water. Let me tell you a secret. None of us can. Like, which one of us you think can drink the water? But thousands and thousands of people are doing it on a daily basis. And we do it because, for me, I do it because it's cheap, it's affordable. for like the cost of uh 2 bags of groceries, okay, I can go and have somebody fold my clothes, fold my bed down, bring me food and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Call me by my name, like they care about me and things like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. And I get to meet some awesome people. Okay. A lot of people, no new friends. You better get some new friends, especially if you're trying to elevate your life. So if you're trying to go from one space in your life to another space in your life, you need friends that match where you going, not the ones that been hanging out where you been. Okay, because if y'all watch the Saint, y'all already know people who need you to stay where they can access you. Okay, so wherever that is, they're gonna want you to stay there, and that may not be in your best interest. So I'm gonna encourage you to get some traveling out. Yep. We got to travel with my 80 something year old aunt, which is always a pleasure. Matter of fact, our birthday trip, we're doing three generations of Aries. And one day when my granddaughter's mother, who isn't my daughter, comes to the realization that there's no replacing me, I'll be doing 4 generations of Aries. So hopefully it'll be before my aunt, decide that she done doing this thing. But I enjoy being on the ocean, and I encourage everybody to do it. People always look at me like, how many you been on? 29. I've been on 29 cruises. And I started cruising in like 2010. My first year I did one. I don't think I cruised in 2011. I might have cruised in 2012 a couple times. Then I figured out that I was like a junkie, so I started selling group party cruises. And then as a side hustle to pay for my cruises. Yeah. That's how I would pay for them. And so then COVID came, and I was just like, oh well, I guess my cruising days is over, because I don't care what you tell me, and I'm a cruise junkie, but I wasn't doing it. I ain't going. I can't go. I just started thanking God for all the times I have been. Yeah, all the times I have been was more than most people that I knew, right? So I was grateful. But after a couple years, they let us back out on the sea, and it has been instrumental in me selling my books and meeting people, and changing lives, right? And that's what I enjoy doing. That's what I'm made to do, and so that's what I've been doing. We'll be starting a new channel that it will just focus on my travel. Just nothing but my travel. I won't have no brain dumps over there. I won't talk to y'all about y'all charts and stuff over there. Uh, Kind of, sort of, maybe not. We'll see. But I missed y'all because, a lot been going on in the last few weeks. But right behavior, right reward. So I've got a lot of rewards, and some of those have been like new friends with benefits, like boats and planes, and that do like really neat stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. I'm liking life right now. It's pretty awesome. To be in a space where, what did my cousin look at me the other day and say? You bridge gaps, right? If y'all been watching me for a while, I had got a message that told me I had a job to bridge the gap, right? Because I have this unique ability to connect with young people, but also with old people, and obviously with like people in my group, and so given the privilege of doing that makes life pretty cool. Yeah. So brain dump. I've had some pretty awesome stuff going on. I went to Celebration Key, Carnival's new island. For those of you that's into cruising, it's cool. Don't listen to all of the like freaking what they content creators or influencers. Because one thing that I notice is a lot of people that's making videos about cruising, they don't even cruise. They don't even cruise. Like some of them be like, yeah, see, I don't cruise. They started off saying that, and people will listen to the whole video and then regurgitate what these people have said that they never been on a cruise. My favorite that has been annoying me a lot is the people saying Carnival doesn't like black people, or they sick of black people or whatever. Like, cruising is tired of blacks. First of all, black people only represent like 11% of the cruise industry in totality. Okay, that's a small percentage. And then Carnival, they like started these new club nights that include a specific R&B night, like R&B. R&B spells, spits, screams, yells, hollers, black. Okay, don't listen to people. But nonetheless, I've had a great time. I still ate some good food, some really good food, lots of good food. I drunk some alcoholic beverages. I don't typically drink, but if I'm cruising, I'm drinking something. At least a couple of the days, I will get my buzz on. But man, listen, I don't think I gotta tell y'all this story though, cause boom, we was up there on the smoking deck, right? Now I love the smoking deck because this is where you can meet the coolest people on the ship. You're gonna meet them at the smoking deck, or I like to do what's called a bar crawl, right? So nonetheless, I'm up on the smoking deck. We are up here playing spades, right? And they done hooked me up with these senior citizen ladies, but that's a whole nother story. At one point, this one lady comes and joins the game. She's like real quiet. She didn't smoke or anything, which I was wondering how did she end up in the smoking section, but she was just like kind of quiet and playing, but she was really good. So she playing. Come to find out, after playing with her for a while and she ready to go, she is a minister. Okay. Real quiet, soft-spoken lady, except during the card game. Now, but she wasn't cussing or nothing like that. She wasn't cussing or nothing. But she was playing the game. And she was playing good. So now she leaves. Right? Now, y'all, if y'all know. I'm just like friendly. Okay. I have never met a stranger. So I'm getting on the elevator and I see this lady who she like, oh, I want to play. Y'all playing cards? She see the cards in my hand. I'm like, yeah, we're on the smoking deck. She said, okay, I'm about to go to the casino, get some drinks, and then I'm gonna come up there and play. I want you to be my partner. I said, okay. When we get back to the deck, she come back, she pop up, she got some drinks, some shots that she collected from the casino. And she give me one. And so I take it. We get ready to play, right? So now she don't want to play with me. She don't want to be on my team no more. She want to be on somebody else's team. No problem. Right? So boom, we get to playing. Next thing I know, this lady starts inappropriately offering me things of her body and stuff, right? And she was like real aggressive with it too. And I was like scared. I'm like, this is succubus. She was a succubus. Okay, that's what it is, a succubus. And she was like trying to get me to her room, like keep coming, and it was like, I was like, hey, no, I'm not interested in nothing. Like, I don't know what kind of energy. So the homeboy shout out Marlon, 330-216. But Marlon, he's sitting next to me and said, Marlon, you over here cracking up, like, what happened? Like, bro, I don't know. We don't know no more than you know. We all been sitting here together. Man, I'm like, I need to go check myself in the mirror. Cause what kind of energy am I giving off that this thing will be even talking to me like that? She even offered me prosthetic penis, y'all. Can y'all believe that? The lady offered me prosthetic penis. Like, I don't know if she already had it in her bag or something, or what was her plan. But I was really nervous and scared because I would never been like in this type of situation. I'll be in some weird situations, but I never had nobody offer me prosthetic penis before. I just ain't had that before. And so anyway, she kept trying to get me down in her room. She said, come on, we're gonna go down to my room. My kids asleep. No, I'm not gonna go to your room. So she go through this like 4 times with me telling her, no, thank you. I'm not interested. I'm not going down there. Next thing you know, she says, okay, come, just go with me. You ain't gotta come in. Just go downstairs. I told her, I said, oh, no. I tell you what, I'm gonna come to your room. We were getting off on Saturday. I told her, I'll be at your room on Sunday. Boy, she sat there for hours on this nonsense until she finally got like literally mad. I ain't even gonna tell y'all the plot twist. Yes, I am, because the plot twist is then a man come walking up the deck. He like peek over at her like, see, it's the problem. You always leaving. She sitting there like, I'm like, oh yeah, this is some crazy stuff. Why I'm sharing this with y'all, because there will always be temptations along your journey, right? But you have to be able to know yourself, be able to discern, and stay within your own parameters and limits. And don't be afraid to tell people that you are not interested in things that may be offering. If you've been listening to me and watching me, paying attention, I tell y'all quite often, never negotiate with terrorists, okay? When you see somebody got a spirit on them that ain't an equivalent to yours, don't be nasty to them. Don't be mean to them. Don't be rude or nothing. But let them know I don't negotiate with terrorists. You know what I'm saying? They'll get on even. I did some karaoke too. I'm gonna upload those videos, but y'all gotta go to my travel page, and I'll put a link on this page in my community chat as well as in my next couple videos, so that you could very easily find the page and follow along with my super-tastic journeys. There'll be some real journeys. So I'm on my way to catch a train right now. I ain't take a train before because my aunt, she was having a vision about me on the train. She ain't had no visions this time, so I'll be taking my train ride. And hopefully, I'm going to really enjoy it, and it will be one of my, added to my repertoire of transportation, because I like to see scenery. I'm not necessarily ever in a rush to get anywhere. I like to enjoy the journey, right? So I want to drive and stop and talk to people and see stuff. I like to fly too. Typically, I'm really only wanting to fly when I'm going on a cruise because I'm in a hurry then. But I told you I'm a junkie. Okay, I'm a junkie. So I'll be in a hurry at that point. But for the most part, when I'm cruising, it's important to get there. Other than that, I just be chilling. I'm never in a rush to get nowhere, which is why I like to travel alone. And I highly encourage solo travel because people will stop you. Okay? You making plans with your friends, time to go, half of them don't got the money, can't get a babysitter, they man ain't wanting them to go now, or crazy stuff. You gotta find people who gonna travel. If they're not traveling, don't mess with them. My friend the other day, and she a Virgo, and so she's like real stickler on stuff. But I was telling her, like, if I get to talking to somebody about travel and they be like, send me that in writing, I'm done talking to them about travel. I ain't going nowhere with them. That's right. But see, you've been on a crash course to my cheers to you, because listen, you have really, truly, seriously like worked the program, right? And pushed yourself. And that matters, right? And when we nurture ourselves, a Sagittarius moon, travel is what nurtures them. Like seriously, like no travel for a Sagittarius moon is like imprisonment. Okay, they like, I need to go, I wanna go, and if they can't go, they're not very happy. So they can be a little bitchy too. But anyway, so a Virgo friend hears me say, yeah, the moment somebody asks me to put it in writing or email them or something, I'm done talking to them about travel. Even when I sold travel, I will not listen. If that's the first thing you say to me, because first of all, as a person who sold travel, there's always going to be what I'm talking to you about in writing. So that's natural. Okay. And I probably even have presented it in writing in some form, right? Sending you a text message inviting you, or sending you an email inviting you or post on Facebook and making the announcement, which gives the information. So when people start to ask you a bunch of questions outside of what's the deposit, when is the final payment due, those type of things, which are really what matters, right? They start, they really just distractors. That's all. That's it. That's all. They're not going nowhere, right? And so my friend is the Virgo. They like they choke on what I say, and I'm like, what? Like, I mean, it's serious. Think about it. How much travel have you ever booked that you ask somebody these questions? Well, send it to me in writing. Yeah, write that down for me, or I'm gonna have to look it over. And yeah, that type of shit. They're not going nowhere. Those people not going nowhere. They're not going. But most people aren't going anywhere. Okay, most people are living life moving on a treadmill. Okay, they action and everything is treadmill action. They doing a lot of movement, but they all just like in the same space moving. So is that evolution? Is that leading to ascension? And is that what you want for your life? If you're following me in any capacity, then I would hope that you are seeking out the greatest version of your life possible, because that's what you came to the planet Earth for. Everything else is what? Secondary to unnecessary and just a waste of time here on planet Earth. So, yep. hmm When I go vacationing, I like to chill, have adventures, eat good stuff. I like to eat different stuff. Like I had some good snapper. If y'all ever go to Nassau, Bahamas, I have a friend who has a place on the beach. I've been hanging with these people since 2010. Whenever I go over to Nassau, and let me tell you something. Mm, mm, mm. I'm there right now. That snapper and macaroni and cheese. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. Man, I'm like, these people got to be going to heaven. And see, back in the day, they used to feed me this stuff from their house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hook up with them on the beach. They'll go get the food, bring it in the little styrofoam containers, and they'll have this coleslaw in a little aluminum foil because it's hotter than hot, right? And you got to keep the coleslaw cold. So it would be in this little aluminum foil, man, and it would be so juicy and just so good. And the fish, it's like they inject the fish in the meat part with the seasoning somehow. Like they might give it that, you know what I'm saying, like type, you know what I'm saying, Rona type shit. Cause ooh wee Jesus, you talk about some good stuff, man. Listen, and the seasoning go all the way through to the bone. Mine be looking like Garfield when I'm done, just like Garfield. I'm just pulling the bone right out and throw it somewhere and just all the meat. But anyway, uh place is right on Junkanoo Beach. Okay, write this down. New. That's Junk, Junka, New, Noo. One word, Junkanoo Beach. And the restaurant, or well, they've turned it into a restaurant now. They like upgraded. They got a kitchen and everything. I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all know I love success for people, and so is as soon as you hit Junkanoo Beach, which is a free beach, you if you take any cruise line to Nassau, you can walk to this beach. You can literally walk through where Senior Frog is and cut through. There's a shortcut now, and go through there where you walk through the resorts of Margaritaville and all of that stuff, and you'll end up at Junkanoo Beach. Or you can walk up and through downtown if you want to, scenic route and see more of the town. But you can walk through there and see Junkanoo Beach. But when you first get to the beach, the first little row of huts, okay, there's one, then there's a white one. The white one is my brother Ja. The next one is my sister Joyce. Man, listen, go there, sit down, have a good time. Okay? Eat good, get you some lounge chairs, food, listen to music, and share time with locals. They make handcrafted gifts like those, like straw hats and stuff, and you can get all kind of drinks and different fruits like watermelons and coconuts and pineapples and things like that. It's a really nice experience. Yeah, but you should do it, especially if you're not like a really like excursion type person. You just kind of like to chill with the locals. That's what I do in Nassau. But I've of course done all of the excursions in Nassau, Atlantis, the Queen Stairs and stuff like that. So yeah, so I definitely recommend that stuff too. And if you like snorkeling, it's a good place to snorkel. Yeah. hmm But anyway, mind dump. What else is on my mind besides travel right now, right? But I have Aries in some pretty powerful places in my chart, right? And the power points in the sun, which is our power, right? It's our source of power, our ego, um, superpowers, and identity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then in Mars, our planet of passion and action, right? And so those two placements are the placements of power, two placements of power within the chart. And I have Aries there. And right now we have Aries with some planets in retrograde because we got, I think, Neptune in Aries and I think Saturn. So for those of us who are being our authentic selves, then there are rewards for that. Those of us who are struggling with being our authentic selves, you're going to feel a push to go beyond whatever comfort zones that you have created for yourself, because it's time for you to like get out, right? It's time for you to. So, and those of you who are resisting are facing hell, and that's not fun, right? And so, to get the best out of this energy, which will be around for like the next 18 months, um, look at ways that you can be your most authentic self. What are you denying of yourself? What are you not being for yourself? And start to do those things, activate those things, and show up for yourself as yourself authentically, because that's where you're going to find your reward. Right now, like being nice isn't going to cut it. Right? You have to be kind. Be kind. That's the shirt today. Be kind. And you have to be kind because kindness is about selflessness and simplistically giving and being love in a vibration that is in alignment to your highest self, your etheric body, right? So make sure you're looking at that for yourself. If you're struggling, spend some time asking yourself, where are you not being true to yourself? Or where are you stuck resisting being your most authentic self because you want to be the carbon copy? You know what I'm saying? Of something else. Yeah. Because people be being a carbon copy of something else. What is being a carbon copy of something else? I heard somebody say that. So being a carbon copy of someone else is when we do what others have always done. Well, my mother did it this way, my sister did it this way, my daddy did it this way, my grandpa did it this way. This is the way, it's always been done. Is a carbon copy of someone else. Okay. And oftentimes we become carbon copies of other people because we are seeking validation, acceptance, approval, and a bunch of stuff that really don't matter. So when you look at the ways that you are denying yourself to fit in, you will find a route out, right? You'll find a way to get yourself to the next point. So start thinking about that, like over the next 15 months, because we got about 15 months left, and start asking yourself, how can I be the most authentic version of myself? And where am I denying myself that could be causing me punishment? Because when we deny our soul, right, it's blasphemous. Even if we deny it with just our actions. Okay, so you don't have to be denying your soul with your words or deeds. We could just not do what we came to do because, oh, people gonna think I'm crazy, they're gonna talk about me, or I don't, it don't look right. most things that I do don't look right to people. It don't. And that's because I'm in my own space following a code, a contract that I created before I ever came here. What is your contract? Do you know? Have you ever looked at your birth chart? Do you understand how to read your birth chart? If you don't, you can always hit me up and I'll make it sense to you. For you, hood style, what's good style? What could be understood style? Okay. You will not have a question of what it means, how to use it, how to work it, how to follow it for yourself if you messing with the site. All right. So now, mind up. Yeah. So I got to get rid of Jake. Yep, and that's really bothering me because I really love Jake. For those of you who don't know, Jake is a black lab pup that, well, I guess he's technically a juvenile now, they say. And I only know that from having to fill out a form. It was like quite torturous because it kind of like psychologically made me feel bad. But I know that I wouldn't have went out and bought a dog because of the lifestyle that I live. But I also couldn't let Jake be at the hands of people who think that they have the right to kill this little puppy. So I took him in, and he's been hanging out with me, and we've been having a good time. And I've been training him. He's been making me be more loving. And but with my upcoming travel schedule, there's no way that I can keep him safe because he refused to be on the chain. Do y'all hear me? This dude is David Copperfield. This is the David Copperfield of dogs. He will get out of anything. Okay, you leave him too long? Don't worry. He gonna teach you something. He gonna show you something, okay? And yeah, so and he don't deserve to be like left outside. And if I did leave him outside, uh, knowing that I'm not around, I'm sure that those who think that they can poison the dogs would do so because that's what they do. Or they would wait for him to get loose one day and shoot him like they've done the other dogs. But nonetheless, I found this big dog rescue that serves Alabama and Florida. And so I think it's a good match for him because they match their animals with disabled vets. And so I need y'all to pray with me, right, that I can find a good home for him that ensures his health and safety. And I had a vision. Of course, the people in the town think I'm crazy, but I had a vision that if they killed one more dog around here, illegitimately, that a plague was going to hit the town. And see, there are people that I love in the town, you know what I mean? It's a plague, like it ain't, it's just gonna come, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's really weighing on me. So I'm glad to get that off of my chest, brain dump. But pray with me for that. Yeah, because my buddy has to find somewhere else to go. So, next, brain dump, because he don't like when I talk about it. And it's really emotional for me, so I like to get past it real fast too. Like, okay, so I talked about it. I ain't trying to say, yeah. But ultimately, I have to face the emotions and recognize that, uh, yeah, while I just call myself just helping the little dog to stay alive, I've definitely grown to love him dearly, and because he's a pretty cool dude. He's like got personality and stuff. Actually, his personality is like mine, because even if you tied me up in a yard, I would be getting myself free. Like, absolutely, I'm here to tell y'all, I would be getting free. So I can't blame you. Yep. Yeah, he over there. I don't know if y'all can hear him or not, but he over there sighing. he's he's sighing hard. He don't like when I talk about it, but anyway, Jake chilling. I'm chilling. and we getting ready for the next transition. So on to the next thing. I should have some pretty cool footage coming up because I think I'm gonna be doing some pretty awesome tastic stuff, and you guys should probably stay tuned. Yeah. So what else I got to talk about? I really don't got nothing else on my brain right now. Let's see. Travel. I'm trying to look around in there, like, see. Um, all night I like had this like obsession about my website, so I need to check my website because I was having this obsession about something going on my website in my dream, and so I think I need to tend to that. Um, yeah, and I probably shouldn't have dumped that out of my brain. Wait a minute. Oh. Na 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 na. I need that back. I need it back. I need it back. Yeah, because if I brain dump it, it'd be gone. I can't do that. I can't do that. Yeah. I definitely can't do that. I need to do that. I need to do that. Yeah, because my website. Let's see. I didn't have a full day today. I hit the jackpot. I scored a very nice self-propelling lawnmower. I don't know if y'all was paying attention about my struggles with the lawn, but boy, listen, I was over here like, ooh, I need a man to push this damn mower or the weed whacker. And then like my hands when they were like this for hours, like like even making the thumbnail for this video today, my hand was like I'm like, damn. So I've been kind of wondering. So I asked somebody else about it. Like, so when you run the weed whacker, they like, no, they like if it's like something real, like heavy and vibrating like that, yeah, maybe, but not a weed whacker. Like, and today it's not like I did my whole yard. I didn't do the whole yard. I just did the outline. So it didn't take me long, only about an hour actually. But my hands, they was like that for about 6 hours. But anyway, he said that that was a good sign, but a bad sign. He's like, oh, that means that you be real calm and still. He said your body is like at ultimate relaxation. Like that is the dopest thing ever. He said, and I'm like, yeah, because I'll be chilling. Even doing it, it's not like hard. But boy, with that lawnmower that I just scored, man, I literally walked around like 4 times and it was done. It was OB dub. You hear me? 4 times around. And the more it go by itself. Yeah, it go by itself. Like, so somebody watching me, they'll probably think that I got like some superpowers or something with this mower because it looked like I'm pushing it. But in reality, the lawnmower is dragging me. Yeah. It's one of those. And I said, this right here. Now, the guy who sold it to, he said, this right here, this is a mower. This is a woman's mower. I said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, this is a mower for, he said, this ain't no man's mower. This mower needs to be with a woman. I said, okay, that sounds like my kind of thing right there. Because contrary to popular belief, I ain't down with no manual labor and too much. I'm not. I know how to get some money to give somebody to do it because even when I tried to do the yard, like I sometimes can get independent, that Aries energy. Boy, listen, I'm telling y'all, I got a quarter of it done. A quarter of it, not half. Okay, not three. A quarter, not one side. A quarter. Okay, and I was out there like almost suicidal. Like I don't even want this responsibility. I just, yeah. Like I can't be out here. I can't be doing this because I felt like I was hurting myself just staying out there. So yeah, but the lawnmower, new lawnmower, boy, I was done with that thing. It wasn't even a half hour. I literally 4 times around. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I like this thing. I think this is amazing, and you're right. This is a woman's lawnmower, okay? And yeah, for all of my independent ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, get you one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or one of those ride-ons, you know. Now, if my yard was like made different, I probably would use a ride-on. But the way it go, I don't need that, you know. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Bring down. Right behavior equals right rewards all the time, folks. What? All the time. There's always right reward to your right behavior. So, even though it might hurt, stay in your rightest behavior. What is that? Your highest vibration. Where is that? In gratitude. Where is that? In kindness. What does that look like? Peace. It looks like what? Love. And it feels like joy. And it feels like faithfulness. And it feels like gentleness. Oh, wow. I've been waiting on that lady. So, yeah, there you go. That lady, she y'all pray for her. I can't tell y'all all of her business, but she lost her husband and she has a teenage child on the spectrum. And so I'm gonna go out and help them out to kind of like forge their relationship. That's my next assignment. I typically don't tell people what I'm doing because people be nosy and they be wanting to hate it from the sidelines. I like people to hate and they don't know what they hating on. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the fuck they looking at. Yeah, 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 yeah. And in the middle of doing my awesomeness, I get to do like fun shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's benefits, right? Right behavior, right reward, right? So nonetheless, I'm gonna go out and hang out with them. He's 14, and I think that's a right good age to be with my childish self. And we're gonna help mom and him to get through their challenge, right? So y'all pray for that too. If you got rank with God, if you ain't got rank with God, just don't even worry about it. Because if you pray on me, I'm gonna tell you right now, bad things happen to people who pray on me. So you don't do that, okay? Don't do it. If you don't like me, just keep scrolling. And just pay me no attention, but don't do nothing against me. Okay? There you go. Now, mind down. We're celebrating my friend's birthday. Yes, we are. And a group of us that are friends that travel. Okay, we ain't got no problem. We about to go where we going. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna celebrate my friend's birthday. So shout out to my friend. Y'all wish her a happy birthday. Birthday friend, birthday friend, birthday friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Friend is a Virgo, not a Leo. So she's waiting for Virgo. She says she's waiting on Virgo season to calm down. I mean, Leo season to go by so Virgos can calmly enter the building and tell everybody the right way to do everything. Okay, even the stuff they don't know how to do. But they gonna tell you how to do it. That's just Virgos. That's just Virgos. It's okay. Virgos. Matter of fact, I met a Virgo young man on the ship. Boy, he was upset. I gave him my books for free. He said he was gonna call me. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. I had to give him a message. It's always good to learn something new. It's always good. So whenever life presents you an opportunity to learn something new, you should take hold of that. But it's absolutely never okay to speak loudly and be wrong. So remember that for yourselves. You know, it's better to learn something new than to speak about something you don't know. Like people be like, man, I'm not gonna get on them ships because everybody who get on the ship, they get sick. Well, what kind of sick they get? I've been on plenty of them. I ain't been sick. I might have been sick like one time, but it definitely wasn't nothing to do with the cruise. So I don't know about that. I can't relate, but people who ain't never done it, they always got an opinion about it. And they be loud, like the influencers. They had a whole list of these rules that they was using to narrate, okay, to follow the narration for this whole thing about carnival and racism. And it was fake. The whole thing was fake. It wasn't nothing the carnival made, nothing. But nonetheless, and I knew it was fake because the rules on it, they have carnival's new rules. These ain't new rules. Like carnival been had a curfew for kids. Okay, for a while now. Okay. They been had a curfew for kids. They also been ain't letting you bring no water on board. Okay, that been OV. Okay. Marijuana been illegal. Okay, we do not condone you carrying marijuana on board. That ain't new. Okay, that's not new. It ain't new that they don't just play hip hop all day, every day. That ain't new. I promise y'all. One ship I went on, uh, my first time going to Aruba. I get on, I done kidnap my cousin. It's an 8-day cruise. Man, we on the damn Love Boat. That's all they were playing, man, was Love Boat for 8 days. It was all stuck in my mind and stuff. I just, I started like kind of sort of feeling like I might be on the Titanic or something, And I was a little concerned, just a little. But nonetheless, I made it through the trip. And I say this to say, don't listen to people who are living a treadmill life. So they do a lot of talking, they do a lot of taking pictures, but they're not actually having experiences. And even if you are following people who are having experiences, don't let their experiences stop you from having your own. Because what you experience may not be the same as what somebody else experienced. But if you stop yourself because, well, I'm not going to do this because my grandma carbon copy life. Well, my grandma, she said that we shouldn't go out in the town after 7:15. Listen, Linda. Carbon copy life ain't gonna get you ascension. It's not gonna take you to the next level. It's not in any way gonna liberate you. Okay, so that thing is secondary to unnecessary. Or my favorite. Well, I be watching a lot of TV. Yeah. Well, me personally, I be making a lot of TV. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it would be like entertaining to just be a fly on the wall in my existence. Okay, because it's magical, literally magical. But I'd rather live it and have the stories to tell than to be watching TV, hoping that I might can find somebody that watched the show that I watched so we can relate about it. Cause you know what I'm saying? The last episode of Power was what? So you gonna watch Power till you turn into a ghost? No, you need to be exercising your power. So for those of y'all out there that's thinking and got that urge to do something, travel, explore, have adventures, whatever it is for you. For some people it's hiking, for some people it's cruising, some people it's camping, some people it's surfing. Some people is snorkeling. Some people is scuba diving. Some people is jumping out of an airplane. Some people is hot air balloon rides. Some people is just taking a ride to another town or another city or another state. Some people is taking a flight into a foreign country that they never been to before with a language they never spoke before. What is that thing for you? Find that thing. Embrace that thing. Live that thing and be that thing. Because if you don't, ultimately nobody's gonna be unfulfilled but you. So next time you got some extra PTO time at your job, or you got a little extra time on the holidays and things like that. Even holidays. When I sold cruises, Christmas cruises was my thing. Okay, because I don't believe in giving kids a bunch of materialistic stuff. I think it's a waste. I really do. And if you think about it, it strains your relationships with your kids because you have a child. You go out, you spend all your money that you didn't work for without no vacation, that you didn't work for on all of these items that you imagined is going to make them happy while you work some more, right? And then they get the things and they just be all over your floor. They ain't touched it. You done went out and got this new $1,800 four-wheeler. They ain't touched it. Okay? They ain't not thinking about it. And now they need a $2,000 game system with some gift cards so they can live in their virtual reality. You know what I'm saying? No. Take your kids out and give them your presence over presence. And I'm telling you, we'll have stronger family units. Now, anything else I got to say? Mind dump. I think that's about it. Let me say. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Because the rest of it is pretty much about travel. It's dumping out of my mind. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys have had an amazing summer overall and have done some things with your friends and your family that you probably would not have normally done. And if you didn't, challenge yourself to do those things. Introduce your family to new things. Encourage them to try it and do it. Matter of fact, I'm about to get busy on getting my family ready for July. No, we're going August of 2026, right? And so that takes time. And yes, it takes effort and patience, but your family is worth it. Your lineage is worth it. The relationship with your kids is worth it. And the respite that is necessary for you to reset so that you don't have burnout in your personal and professional life is definitely worth it. So find yourself somewhere to go, a all inclusive, a park, a beach, a cruise, a flight to a new state or a new city. Do something that is a little different for you, that creates an adventure and gives you an experience that you otherwise would not have had. And I promise you, you'll be on the road to liberation before you know it. I'm the PolitSaint, and that was my brain dump for today. I'm going to be back Sunday with my live, and it's going to be on and cracking. Yay, yay, yeah. So get ready for that. I can't tell y'all what the topic is because I gotta meditate it in. So I don't know. We're gonna see on Sunday or sometime tomorrow. We don't know. But I definitely will be getting back on schedule to my Sunday lives. And as promised, I will make sure that I keep up with my Sunday lives, even in my travels, because I have committed that to you guys. I appreciate those of you who have come back and still returned after my absence and for allowing me that time and space because I definitely needed it to get my family together and everybody for the travel and as well as myself. And so I have had a lot going on. And so with my upcoming travel now, I pretty much am ready to go, except for finding home for Jake. So I love y'all. Make sure that y'all stay positive. Make sure that you are finding ways to love on yourself a little better. But in this time, in this season, what we're all going to focus on is being our authentic self. What is your most authentic self, and how do you nurture it, love on it, give it what it needs, and protect it? I'm the PolitSaint. And I hope that this video helps somebody. Good evening to you, honey love. I hope that this video helps somebody somewhere to remember you worth that vacation. You're worth that trip that you keep talking yourself out of because you didn't watch some Dateline movie. You're worth that trip or that vacation that you have convinced yourself that you cannot afford, but you keep buying things for your children that they do not want. You are worth that vacation that you continually talk yourself out of because you're waiting on your sister and your mother and your cousin and your auntie and your uncle and them to join you, but they live in a treadmill life. I love y'all. I hope y'all loving y'all the way that I love you, because the way that I love you is pure, clean, and unadulterated. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families and your communities in this time, and do it with your whole heart. I'm the PolitSaint, and I can't wait to get up here on Sunday and see y'all. Thank you. Peace and wellness.